Grigsby, founder of Brio 5. I believe that to really thrive and succeed as a woman founder, you need these 5 things: a strong support system, self-care, mastery of saying no, the ability to delay gratification, and self-education. When I founded Brio 5 as a graphic design firm back in 2005, I had none of those things. I had to learn the hard way, and since then, my business has come a long way. Now, we're leaders in personal branding development, and we work with people from all over the world creating authentic, powerful, and influential personal brands. During my transition from graphic design to personal branding, I realized that I had to have support. For years, I did everything myself. I was a perfectionist that wouldn't allow others to help because I didn't feel that they would be as passionate, dedicated, or precise as I was. Because I was on my own, I was constantly overwhelmed. I ran out of ideas, kept feeling stuck, stressed out, and faced burnout. During my worst struggle, I was working nonstop around the clock. My health was compromised. I had no time to spend with family and friends, and I was convinced that I had to be everybody and do everything for my company. What happened was the ultimate burnout. Like the inevitable crash down a long, slippery slope, one day I woke up and realized that I needed to stop being a know-it-all control freak. I had to stop making excuses for my perfectionism and just ask for help. That's when I shifted to the first thing a woman needs to thrive and succeed as a woman founder: a strong support system. You've got to collaborate with the right people aligned with your mission. By gathering a support system of people who share the same values, but who offer different skill sets and talents, you will be able to grow, thrive, and succeed. Everyone should fit together like pieces of a puzzle, each one capable of excelling in different tasks and areas to take the whole company to the next level. Having cheerleaders on the team is crucial as well, those who root for you and give encouragement when things get really hard. On the flip side, it's equally important to eliminate toxic, negative people who will drag you down. This doesn't mean you must remove all pessimists. A dose of pessimism can keep you grounded and realistic. It means eliminating those who are negative in nature, who criticize and judge without being constructive, be it people in your family, friends, or professional relationships. If you can't remove them from your life, find ways to minimize your time with them. In order to fully thrive, you need a boost from people on the same path as you, people who will support you, champion you, and guide you to the best possible destination. Coming to this realization, I hired an assistant. Almost immediately, my life improved. I found someone who not only championed for me, but actively got involved in my success. She brought her skill set and contacts, and before I knew it, I had a mini team and magic was happening. In a few short months, I went from struggle and overwhelm to being featured in noteworthy magazines. My business started growing in leaps and bounds. Revenue began quadrupling. Today, I have an incredible support group and team, from those I work with directly to the people who support me with contacts and professional advice. I've been able to grow, expand, and create like never before because of a support system. The next thing you'll need to really thrive and succeed is to put yourself first by creating the habit of self-care. It took me over a decade to realize that self-care was the key to thriving as a woman founder. For years, I put my business and clients first, dropping everything to make things happen. My life was reactionary, jumping at my clients' every beck and call until there was no time or anything left for me. I was stressed out, underweight, unhealthy, and exhausted. It was taking a toll on me both mentally and physically. I was experiencing issues with my body, which later I learned stem from extreme stress, anxiety, and overuse. Issues such as chronic fatigue and severe pain in my wrist. At one point, my right hand was so damaged that it was even difficult for me to hold a fork to eat. My body was breaking down right before my eyes, and instead of looking into caring for myself, I was looking for quick fixes and band-aids to cover up the symptoms, just so I could keep going. Through all the pain though, I was seeing growth in my business. But you know the high on a roller coaster that's followed by an equal dip? I also saw the clear path of destruction waiting ahead. And somewhere inside, I knew that would end everything if I didn't change something then and there. I realized putting everyone and everything else first was not sustainable. And my body was breaking down and my entire business was trying to warn me that I was on the verge of collapse. I think women founders are naturally dedicated, strong, and creative. This also makes us more sensitive to our environment and situations. Once I made the decision to take care of my health first, everything shifted for me and success came easier. I started by creating self-care routines. I began working out, tracking my water consumption, eating less sugar, focusing more on my diet. I scheduled sleep reminders and took naps in the middle of the day to re-energize. What helped me most was meditation, calming and resetting my mind. I also organized my life. Much of my stress came from searching, digging around the computer to find files, rummaging through the closet to get ready for meetings, and looking for documents in piles and piles of unorganized mail and paperwork. I made a conscious decision to give everything a place. Gone were the days of scrambling for my car keys, looking for my wallet, or searching for my favorite eyeshadow. I know these things sound trivial, but when you're organized and know where everything is, you save a ton of time and money, which grant you room to do other, more productive things. The third thing I learned to really get a handle on was saying no. I was the person who took client calls at 11:30 p.m., responded to emails at 2 a.m., and I spent countless hours completing projects above and beyond what was requested to make sure everything was perfect. I created such high expectations, ones that were totally not sustainable, that I set myself up for disaster. Ultimately, I was too available and accommodating, and I taught my clients how to abuse me. If I didn't respond right away, my clients would get angry with me. If I didn't jump on it when they wanted something, they would complain. I accepted all clients and opportunities, even ones that were clearly not right for me. This stressed me out so much and depleted my energy and creativity. My romantic and personal relationships were also affected, as well as my mental health, all because I gave priority to the wrong things. Those who took advantage of my yes, instead of those who loved and respected me. Being unable to say no also caused me to make bad choices. I wasn't doing things from a place of strength. Instead, I was in a weakened state, like I wasn't good enough, so I couldn't say no, and it left me vulnerable to disrespect, people taking advantage of me, and a failure mindset. As a woman founder, you have to be strong in your no's, much stronger and more dedicated than your yeses. Saying no can be difficult, especially when you're challenged and when you're being pushed into a corner. However, saying no and sticking to that no establish your dedication, passion, and commitment. It builds trust, credibility, and respect from those who respect you, and ultimately leads to greater successes. Once I learned to say no and set boundaries with those I worked with, I was able to build a sustainable business and thrive. The fourth way to succeed and thrive is to deliberately delay gratification. This point doesn't come up on the forefront of success conversations. However, it's truly a common denominator among the most successful founders. The ability to delay gratification by putting off doing the things that make you instantly feel good will lead to greater levels of success. Delaying gratification is a short-term trade-off for something long-term that will be permanent and lasting. When I say delay gratification, I'm not saying don't take care of yourself. Putting yourself first to manage your immediate needs should always be a priority. If you don't practice self-care, you will burn out and fail. Rather, delayed gratification pertains to those things you want in life that would be considered a luxury, that fancy vehicle, shopping splurge, or dream vacation. You must look at this from a high level of what you want in your life. If you want financial freedom and know your business will get you there, don't put your money down on a luxury vehicle you can barely afford right now. Don't overextend yourself to get things to quench that desire of feeling like you've made it before you actually have. Delay that satisfaction for when you can own it with ease. It's so easy to look at other successful founders and see their luxurious lifestyle, judge their successes by what they have at the peak of it. If you ask them what life was like when they first began, most will say the same thing. They sacrificed many luxuries to achieve success, but once they had success, it was so much sweeter. This sacrifice allowed them to really appreciate their success and give back to others on a greater scale. In my business, I'm more able to help others because I know the struggle, that feeling of wanting something that I couldn't have. Even to this day, as I shift my business and create new products, I delay gratification on the dreams I have on my vision board. Instead of rushing to purchase something, I wait, buying only the things necessary to ensure I'm on the path to succeed. splurging on technology and people that will get me ahead in my business rather than things that will make me look or feel more successful. For me, the act of delaying gratification also has a major upside. The thrill and rush of actually acquiring that gratifying thing in the future because I know I deserve it. The fifth and most powerful way to succeed and thrive as a woman founder is to self-educate rather than entertain. Feed your mind with knowledge so you can grow and be fully prepared for anything that comes your way. When I was growing my business, I spent excessive amounts of time educating myself to improve my technical skills, resources, and knowledge base. I also invested in myself with self-improvement content to expand my mind and give myself emotional support. I focused on creating new habits, learning strategies and tools to advance my skill set, rather than participating in mindless entertainment. Now please note, I'm not saying never entertain. Some forms of entertainment are necessary as a part of a de-stressing process. Entertainment can be vital to a healthy lifestyle, such as group sports, extracurricular activities, and experiencing the arts. When I mean entertain, I'm referring to binging on shows, playing mindless video games, and zoning out on social media. In doing it for long periods of distracted time without purpose. I suggest keeping those things to a minimum, as this sort of entertainment falls under the category of instant gratification. It's distracting, and like a sedative, it numbs the stress and pressure around you. The problem is, it also numbs your productivity, new ideas, and can cause emotional shifts that won't benefit you as a strong woman founder. By avoiding mindless entertainment, I'm able to shift my mindset and stay in a place of evolution, creativity, and action. I'm motivated by what I'm learning. I'm ready to apply my newfound knowledge, and I experiment with how it could bring me greater success. Most importantly, education prevents me from feeling stuck, lazy, or depleted. Feelings that come with too much time watching TV. If you want to be a successful woman founder, then stay away from entertainment that gives little to no value. Absorb content with intention and create the life you want for yourself and your business. To learn more about how you can improve your personal brand and get the exposure you need to thrive and succeed, please visit me at sandyinfocus.com.